So one of the easiest ways of transferring your image from your page onto your white fabric is to use your window as a light box. So to do that, you just simply use some masking tape, tape your page to your window, and then tape your fabric onto your page and use a water-soluble marker to draw your design. So for free motion embroidery, you need to use some form of fabric stabilizer behind your fabric. My fabric was actually too narrow for the 18cm embroidery hoop that fits so well into my machine. So I decided to use self-adhesive fabric stabilizer. I bought this product off Amazon, so I've put an affiliate link in the description. My apologies for this part of the film being in portrait mode. I marked out a rough circle behind where the bug was and then carefully made a little tiny cut at the back in the backing paper. But just be careful not to going through the sticky part of the stabilizer. Then I cut out a circle and stuck the fabric onto the adhesive backing. Now you can put your fabric in the hoop and make sure that the surface is as taut as possible. When I'm doing thread painting, I like to use permanent markers to colour the background behind my work. This just helps to make sure that there's no white colour shining through behind my stitching. Okay, so just a quick run through on setting up my machine for free motion embroidery. I'm using straight stitch for most of my stitching. And then I want my stitches quite close together, even though I'm in control of how the stitching goes because there's no fabric guides underneath. I've disengaged those. My needle is in the middle. I've got my embroidery foot on and my fabric guides underneath. The feed dogs, that's these guys, are disengaged, so they are completely underneath. As the green threads are pretty similar in colour, I wanted to create a variety of effects in the one bag. So as I'm stitching, or as I did my stitching, I changed the direction of the stitching for each segment of the bug. I used straight stitching throughout the stitching of the body of the bug. Once all the different segments of the bug were done, I went around all the lines on the bug's body with a different shade of green just to highlight the different segments. When you're stitching the legs of your bug, I like to use zigzag stitch for this, or a very close satin stitch. So in order to do that, I put my machine back to normal stitching. By this I mean re-engage the lower fabric guides, which are also called feed dogs, and put on the ordinary zigzag sewing foot. And then I put my stitch selector to a zigzag stitch, a stitch width of about 2.5 to 3. At this, you might want to vary this depending on your machine, depending on how thick you want your legs to be. And then I set the stitch length to be on buttonhole, so my stitches are really close together. You can, however, create a really nice effect if you put a little bit of space between the zigzags and then go around the outer edge with straight stitch once you've done all the zigzag part. And this creates quite a funky, stripy looking leg. So once I'd finished the satin stitch on the legs, I tried to do the feet in straight stitch using the ordinary sewing foot, but I didn't really like the way it looked, so I went back to free motion embroidery, setting up the machine for free motion embroidery, and then instead I just went around the outer edge of the legs and the feet with a single line of free motion embroidery, just to kind of neaten it up a bit. And then lastly I stitched the antennae with 2 lines of straight stitch. And that's that for our little stink bug. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.